Yeah, I wonder about that.
Sort of a bonus.
Only Nicole won't have anything.
I can give her whatever she needs out of my package.
And I got, I'll send her the notes.
I can give her whatever you need out of my package.
Literally are just worried about me.
Yeah.
No, we're already. I'm just gonna go.
You're like the only people who like that.
No, I like stuff that works.
We good? All right. We're gonna get started here. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you for bearing with us. Looks like the only. Yeah, let's do pledge. Yeah, let's do pledge.
Like what allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Looks like Chief Linda out today. Next one is changes or additions to the agenda.
Well, we had our technology working. I was going to show you some elevations at the end under new business. The developer of Jackson Farms, Moss Farms they're calling it, Summerlin and Doris Farms, they want to add 2 elevations. They don't want to take anything away, but they wanted to add some better elevations, they thought. I can't show it to you, but they'll bring it and we'll vote on it. It has to be approved by the Planning Commission. I can't do it unilaterally, but I wanted to give them the courtesy of showing it to you. But I'll put it in your packet for next month.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So approval of tonight's meeting agenda. Do we have a motion for tonight's agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Any deny? All right. All those in favor? Thank you. Any opposed? All right. Approval of prior meeting minutes from August 12th. Are there any corrections? Sorry.
Motion to approve.
Motion. Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? All right. Let's do, I guess, public comment next. I guess there's anybody signed up?
Nobody said that.
Okay. Close that. So we'll dive into the agenda here. So we've got 2 consent agenda items. Each of
Yeah, both Coach Crossing 1B, they're asking for changing their bond. Staff has reviewed. It's just a bond
Okay.
increase. Yeah. So we reviewed and agreed that this is where this should go.
All right. Any questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? All right. Next item is item number 3, Northleaf Commercial Building, request a site plan approval for a 3,582 square foot retail building.
This is located next to the Superstock, as I said in the notes. This would be, like I said, a 3,500 square foot retail building, perpendicular to 31W. It would be just a small retail space. It's on C2. We reviewed the landscaping and everything looks to be sufficient. Construction plans still are to follow, so staff will still be reviewing the construction plans. And I think Mr. Northwood can answer any questions.
Is this a single tenant building or?
It'd be 3.
3?
It looks like Superstock driveway goes right through here.
I own about half of Superstock.
Good for you.
The Superstock truck.
The-
This is going to be amazing stuff when I get done.
I will note that there are some tenants that Mr. Norfleet turns away because he's been selected. He calls me and lets me know.
Yeah, I turned down 22 vape shops in my building that I've got now. 22?
Seriously?
Thank you.
Seriously.
Mr. Norwood.
Seriously, 22. Okay. Yes, sir.
I have a question about the lighting. I noticed that there's no lighting on the backside or the side of the building next to the Superstop. I was just curious about that. All the lighting is on the front and the, well, kind of at an angle, eastern side of the building. Is there a reason there's no lighting around the whole building?
Well, there's a residence behind it. I don't want to bother them. There's really no access to that spot. So we really wouldn't want to disturb them any more than we have to. The parking lot is
On
illuminated.
the front.
And there'll be a wall pack on the back,
Okay.
side, kind of
Yeah.
illuminated, not to disturb, the neighbors on the back side.
Yeah.
So, I have a question, please. So if you're looking to put three proposed individual strips, and where will their dumpster container be?
I'm sorry, I don't have it with me here.
So this will be out separately and all three of them will share this?
Yes, I mean, probably so. I'm probably not going to have, in the building I've currently got, I've got, residents or tenants there that really don't need a dumpster, but there's a dumpster, if you look on there.
I do see it, so I was just concerned that each individual slip wouldn't have garbage piling up behind the building.
No, we're not gonna have that.
But were you serious about owning part of Superstop?
Yes.
The land?
I mean, I own, yes, if you'll look at Superstop, if you'll go to a tax record and look at the overlay of it,
I did, that's why I was.
yes, that's no joke.
Yeah,
And, so,
it was interesting,
well, that lot was on the market forever.
yes.
And then, I looked at it more carefully and realized what it was.
Mhm.
And, Bob Goodall owned this lot at one time,
Saw that.
and then he sold it to Jeff Bradley. And then Jeff actually called me, asking me what he thought it was worth. And then I threw something out at him, and then I wound up owning it. So,
Hate how that happened.
no, it was cool, I liked it, but, yeah, it's a much larger lot than what it appears.
Yes.
So I have one quick question. Sorry, were you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Will you be sharing a similar a connected driveway?
It is, okay, if you'll look on there, there's a connection between Superstop and my property, okay? Now, I'm planning on putting like a pretty large speed hump there.
Okay.
The only reason I have that connection is for either emergencies, or if you had to maybe turn a box truck around or something like that. I really don't want it to be an access point for Superstop.
So I guess my only apprehension with this is when you, for example, drive behind Kroger or the dry cleaning businesses over there and the nail salon, the entire back side of it looks like the back side, and that's not something that I would want to be seeing on the back side of this building. So do you have plans for keeping this visually appealing to some extent? So that it doesn't look like the back of the building?
Well, I mean, all I can do is go on my reputation or something else that I'm really not sure. I mean, as far as the plan, I think it's on there as far as.
Your building that.
Trash containment, is that your?
No, sir, I was just talking about back doors, what would be on the back doors, keeping it.
The entire building, okay, will be brick and hardy board, okay? Front, back, side, everything, okay?
Yeah, because I think the back side of most of those buildings are not.
Yes.
So I need it to be aesthetically pleasing is my
No,
concern.
it will look the same on the back as it does the front.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Are there any kind of drainage issues there, or?
It's almost dead level. And, it's gonna drain, look at it, it's got the, the pervious pavers is what it's gonna do. What a little bit of drainage is gonna require. But it'll drain toward the.
Okay, this may seem like a silly question, but looking at your landscaping, plan, you have understory trees and canopy trees, but the height, was just asking, is the height listed in this plan at planting or at mature growth?
I would guess planting, I don't know, I know the
Okay, that's what I
engineer
wanted to
pulls it
know.
off from city specs and does that.
I was just wondering about that, because the height's nowhere near what they're gonna be.
He's got the shrubs. I will also note, kind of go back to what she was saying about the backside, the transitional buffer yard, because the
Mhm.
zoning's the same, there doesn't have to be a buffer strip planted along that side that Ms.
Next
Lotto
to
was
the
asking
superstop.
about. But yeah, this is add planting.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the requirement when they want it now.
okay. That's what
I
I'm,
like
thank you.
building on 31.
Thank you. Hoping to get in there soon. I mean, officially in there soon.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 4, Drew Christensen's Development in Greenwood requests dedicated right-of-way to create open space for 14 single-family lots.
I guess I'll be more clear when this is request dedicated, he's dedicating right away. So this was approved back in 2022. Originally, it was gonna be 13 units with 4 quads, one quad with 4 units, multifamily units. Then he, discovered some sewer issues. He had to, get an easement coming adjacent rather than from the rear. And so since now he's coming adjacent, he's gotta, dedicate the right of way, everything sort of changed, that easement changed. So, staff has reviewed and approved construction plans. I know there's some concern about traffic. The trigger for a traffic study is typically 75 units. This is on the state route, his driveway permit, so he'll require a TDOT. TDOT will have to approve the access permit, so we'll still be in communication with TDOT. With that, I think, engineer can answer some questions if we have.
So I think my concerns, which I was concerned just in general on that road, like you had mentioned, is the traffic. We've already got a significant amount of congestion there, and I just wanted to also voice I'm concerned about the flood flow as a result of the development being built there, because the adjacent property on the other side next to the Hope Center floods significantly, which is why there's not a residence there at this time. Both of them were bulldozed down. So I just have sincere concerns for the future about how the traffic will flow through there at peak times. If we have an event next door at the rental space and traffic and then an emergency, I feel like we're gonna run into serious gridlock there. I'm very concerned about what that'll look like and how we can help mitigate that in the event that it takes place. I'm also really concerned about where that water will run. We have a lot of apartments behind this, and it's all going straight downhill. So I just want to voice those concerns.
Okay. And these were, like I said, reviewed under, construction plan review when looking at the flood. And they're MS4 permitted, so like I was saying earlier, TDEC is in White House all the time, kind of checking up on us, making sure, the plans are going, as they should. So between TDOT and TDEC, I think we should have the traffic situation under control, because TDOT actually, they call us all the time with concerns, even if they think that something has been approved that they think shouldn't, they'll call and, but we still have communication, we'll be ongoing communication with TDOT.
I think another thought I was having for this intersection is perhaps to look at if we could put like a flashing light, I think something to help.
That would be, like I said, that would be more of given that it's a state road.
Or a 4-way stop in the meantime, until we could take that next step, something to help, once it's put together.
I don't think, maybe we can speak to this, but I don't think we could just arbitrarily put the 4-way stop.
The biggest thing on that is this is just a final plat. It's long past us having the ability to enforce a change like that onto this project. The construction plans and permits and all that's done. So this is just the dedication of the property, sort of the tail end for them of what they have to do with the city other than build it. So not only that, like CJ is saying, the other processes with those other state entities is long gone also. So I don't think we have the ability to do that with what we're looking at right now.
Still a valid concern, I think, and that we can look at outside of approval of this. I mean, just to take a look at it and make sure that, yeah.
I can speak to hopefully alleviate some of those
Yeah.
concerns, you know. Zach Wilkinson, Greenland Design. Regarding the stormwater, there's over a half acre on the northern portion of the property that's, been reserved for a large fire detention pond, and so that's been done to try to mitigate any kind of increase in flows, and that was done to the city's regulations to, hopefully alleviate any kind of flooding downstream from there. I think, everybody's kind of addressed the traffic concerns there at the intersection. That roadway is lined up directly across the road from Tyree Springs, which is purposeful to, ideally you have any kind of intersection like that lined up directly across, and we'll be going, but with, working with the state to make sure that they'll permit all this as well as far as the driveway entrance, so.
I mean, I have concerns about your residents being able to exit the community as well. I mean, the backup flow there in the morning and the evening is quite significant, and there's gonna be a long pause for them to leave or enter their residences.
Sure.
Is there not a utility pole right there? I feel like I drive there every day, that when you come out of Tyree Springs, there's a utility pole pretty much right there.
There is one that's, well, there was one, I'm honestly not sure if it's still there, but
It was there this afternoon.
it's to be relocated. They're doing the site work now, and that'll be part of that site work.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those against? Motion carries. I believe that wraps us up.